Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money. That's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on after the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the 3-division world champion, the former undisputed world champion, and the current WBO welterweight world champion, Terence T-Boy Crawford, that man out of Omaha, Nebraska. And then we got the up and rising young superstar, Virgil Ortiz, out of Dallas, Texas, looking to make his name off of Terence Boy Crawford and telling his ass, not too fast, Mr. Postman. Forget about Josh Taylor because you got problems with me. You understand me? Now, we all know Terence Boy Crawford, man, is looking for an opponent. We know his contract is up in October, but he owed Bob Arum one more fight. I say his contract is up in October, but he owes Bob Arum one more fight. And the thing is this, Bob Arum been playing Terence Boy Crawford for so long, man, it's just crazy. But Bud is looking for an opponent. We know he wanted Manny Pacquiao. They was in negotiation with Manny Pacquiao. The fight fell through. You know, he said he was going to holler at Sean Porter. That fight didn't come to fruition. That fight fell through. And now they're talking about mixing Terence Boy Crawford with Josh Taylor, the current undisputed 140-pound champion, the new undisputed 140-pound champion, after defeating Jose Ramirez in an impressive fashion in a hell of a fight at 140 pounds. But, you know, Terence Boy Crawford has a mandatory, and I think Josh Taylor is not a world champion coming straight up. So this man right here, Virgil Ortiz, he's letting Terence Boy Crawford know, hey, you can forget about Josh Taylor, homie. I'm the mandatory. I'm right here. You don't have to wait for that boy to come up from 140. I already came up from 140, and I whooped on your stablemate. We all know Virgil Ortiz just had a hell of a performance against Maurice Hooker in a hell of a fight. End up dropping Marty Mo, but Marty Mo ended up breaking his hand, if I'm not mistaken, in the 9th round or somewhere around that point. I know it was late in the fight. But Virgil Ortiz was coming on strong, and the way Maurice Hooker started fighting, it looked like Virgil was going to get the stoppage. I got to keep it real. So Virgil Ortiz, after he, got the, the decision, I forgot what they called it, but after he got the decision against Maurice Hooker, he looked at Terence Boy Crawford and said, I want you next. You feel me? I want you next, homie. You know what I mean? Terence Boy Crawford said, you're not ready, man. I'm not worrying about you. You're not ready yet. Said the kid just talking. But now, Bud needs an opponent. He needs an opponent, bro. After he just lost Manny Pacquiao, you feel me? And I know that hurts because Errol Spence got him. So I know Bud and his team feeling some type of way. They're not happy about that situation. You know what I mean? And I know he want to get that frustration up off his chest. He want to get into the ring and beat somebody's ass. Fight your mandatory. Fight your mandatory. We all know Sean Porter was the mandatory. Y'all told him activate his mandatory spot. And now, they bumped Virgil Ortiz above Sean Porter. So now what's going on, Bud? Are y'all going to fight Virgil? You know what I mean? Because Virgil, he ready for all the smoke. He said he don't give a fuck if people saying he's not ready or not. He don't know if he's ready or not himself, but he ready to get into the ring and test his talents against the best of the best. And you got to respect the kid like that because he's hungry, he's up and coming, right? And he's ready to get it in. He's ready to get it in. And I'm not fit to knock him. If he's the mandatory, he fought his way to that position, 22, 23 years of age, however old he is, he want his shot. He want his shot. And if he's not stepping to the side, if he's saying, I don't want no step aside money, I work my way to get here, fuck it, let's go, then I can respect that kid. And that's somebody that you say, that kid is trying to be great. You understand what I'm saying? That kid is trying to be great. He don't care if he take a L or not. He's ready to get into that ring and prove to people that he's a bad motherfucker, win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. And Virgil Ortiz is a hell of a fighter, bro. He's a hell of a fighter. Do I think he's ready for Terence Boy Crawford? No. No, I don't. Do I think Terence Boy Crawford beat him? Yes, I do. You understand me? But it's not what I care. It's not what I think. It's not what I believe. It's about what Virgil Ortiz believes. And Virgil Ortiz, he say he want to get into that ring. He have Robert Garcia as his trainer. We know Robert is a hell of a trainer. You understand what I'm saying? Even though Robert just took the L to Josh Taylor, he still had Ramirez fighting his ass off. Got up and went the whole 12 like a warrior. And Virgil Ortiz is another warrior, man. He's going to get into that ring. He's going to fight Terence Crawford ass to the death if he got to. You feel me? It's a gladiator sport, baby. This is a sport where you don't hold nobody's hands. I'm not holding nobody's hands. I hope you not holding nobody's hands. You feel me? These dudes are fighters. They know what they signed up for. They know what they getting themselves into. You did? Teofimo Lopez, 23 years of age. Unified champion. Looking to be undisputed if he take on Devin Haney, who was a WBC lightweight world champion. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson, a young boy, was a world champion. Jerron Boots Ennis is a young boy. He wanted to be a world champion. Virgil Ortiz is a young boy. He wanted to be a world champion. So these boys want their opportunities. They feel like they put themselves in position. They want to go in there and fight. So at the end of the day, let them fight. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hitman Hearns, 23, 25 years of age. Getting into that ring, they banging it out. And they had a rematch. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can see each other down the line. If they feel like they're hungry, if they feel like they're ready, if they want to take on the top dog, they want to take on the top shot as the big hungry Lions, put them in there with them. And let's see what they got. Because Virgil Ortiz, he look like he ready for anybody. He don't look like he banging down from nothing. Same with Jerron Boots Ennis. He look like he ready for anybody. He ain't banging down from nothing. That's how this game go, man. The young blood come up. They want to take out the current champions and the old champions. They want to make their names. They want to become big stars. They want to get their money. They want to take care of their families, but they also want to entertain and make their own legacy. And Virgil Ortiz want to carve out his own legacy. And you got to respect it, homie. You got to respect it. So for Terence Crawford, are you going to wait for Josh Taylor to make a move? Because we don't know if Josh going to stay at 140 or not. Or if he'll come up to 147 and bang it out with you. We know he got a mandatory already, so that fight is not happening next. You know what I mean? It's not happening next. Virgil Ortiz, he just fought. He going to be ready for the winter time or the fall time or whenever you want to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That's the most worthy opponent. You're not fighting Sean Porter. You're not fighting Keith Thurman. You're not fighting Danny Garcia. You're not fighting your Dennis Ugas, even though your Dennis Ugas is out there. We have to wait to see if they make a move with Dennis Ugas, even though we see that they fit to elevate Manny Pacquiao to the WBA Super Champion again, facing Errol Spence. So Ugas might be demoted back down to the regular champion, but nonetheless, he's still an opponent. He's still a hell of a fighter. You feel me? He's still competition at the end of the day. And that's what you want to get into the ring with, competition. You say you need big names on your resume. Now, your Dennis Ugas is no Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Earl Spencer, Keith Thurman, but your Dennis Ugas is a hell of a fighter, and he's making his name, and he's a top 10 welterweight. That's all that matters. A top 10 welterweight. You feel me? Just like Virgil Ortiz is a top 10 welterweight now. They put themselves in position. And when you put yourself in position, Monty Brown is not going to hold you back. I'm not going to hold you back. You want your opportunity, you go out there, you take that opportunity. You take it. And anybody that goes out there and try to take their shit to make their name, I respect. So I got nothing respect for Virgil Ortiz because he's coming up and he's not begging down. He's not saying, no, I think I need about 3 or 4 more fights. Then I think I'll be ready. Nope, he's saying, put me in the ring, man. I want you next. I want you next. If you say that I'm young, if you say that I'm not ready, then prove it to me. Prove it to me. Show me. Because right now, I feel like I'm the best in the division. I feel like I can take you out. I can take Errol Spence out and anybody else out if you get into the ring with me. Because he's looking at Errol Spence Jr. as well to fight Errol Spence Jr. because they both from Dallas, Texas. You dig? They both from Dallas, Texas. Got history with each other. Trained in the same gym once before. You know, Virgil was a little young pup. Errol was a big dog. But now Virgil trying to grow himself into a big dog. You know what I mean? Eventually you grow, my G. Eventually you grow. And this what happened. That young kid that you used to spoil with or joke around with and play with inside the gym grows up to be your opponent. And Mike grows up to be your arch nemesis. And might be the motherfucker to take you out while you joking and playing. He know about you, he studied you, and he understand what he wants. And he understand for him to get what he wants, he got to get through you. So them boys go put the hard work in. And you better be ready, just like you put the hard work in when you was younger, and you wanted to take the motherfucker out that you looked up to. So at the end of the day, man, Virgil Ortiz, he ain't begging down. He put himself in a mandatory position. No matter how he got there, people saying, oh, how you get above Sean Porter? How this happen? How this happen? Listen, it happened. It happened. We know how the politics in boxing do. We can't do nothing about that. We know how Bob worked with the WBO. We know how that goes. So if Bob want the WBO for Virgil Ortiz, then it'll happen. I know Virgil Ortiz with Golden Boy, but if Bob want Virgil Ortiz next in the WBO, then Virgil Ortiz will be next in the WBO. Because we know the WBO is whatever Bob orders. You feel me? So Bob say get Sean Porter ass up out of there, bump up Virgil Ortiz, and that's probably how that went. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Virgil Ortiz, to me, is a credible opponent. He's going to get into that ring. He's coming to win. He's not looking to lay down. He believes in himself. He believes he can win. And that's all I care about. A live dog. Bud Crawford fighting a live dog. And not saying his opponents at 47 wasn't live dogs, because Mean Machine, Virgil, Benavidez, they went out there, they tried to win. They tried to win. But I don't think they're more alive than Virgil Ortiz. I don't think they're more young and stronger than Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz going in there knowing that he's a bad motherfucker and that he's going to be a world champion. And that's why he's not stepping to the side telling Terence Crawford, forget about Josh Taylor. You got real problems in front of you. And that's me. And I'm not going nowhere. I'm not stepping to the side. I don't want no money. I want my opportunity. That's all I ask. I want what I worked hard for. My opportunity to be a world champion, to face arguably the best fighter in boxing to some on the pound-for-pound list. Give me my shot. Like Pernell Whitaker told Zab Judah, give me my shot. You understand what I'm saying? Quit bullshitting with Virgil Ortiz, man. Quit bullshitting with Virgil Ortiz. Now we want to see what Bud Crawford does, because the ball is in his court. He's the champion. He get to pick and choose who you want to fight, as he say, because we know Bob Arum runs the show. So we'll see if he try to choose Virgil Ortiz, Jose Cito Lopez, try to get Josh Taylor, or whom he go fight, because you got to fight somebody this year. You're not going to sit out a whole year, bro. You're not. And you need to get this fight over with, just in case Errol Spence do beat Manny Pacquiao and become the WBA unified champion with the IBF and the WBC. Y'all can still arguably probably get that fight in the wintertime if you fight in the fall. If you fight in the fall. You feel me? But we'll see what Terence Crawford want to do. It's his career, it's his chessboard. He can move how he want to move. But at the end of the day, the eyes are watching. The eyes are watching. And if you don't make the right moves, you will get criticized. Virgil Ortiz say he's up next. He's won his opportunity, and he ain't going nowhere. And I can respect that in that man. But until then, this your boy Monty. This the ANSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.